arithmetic mean is considered a measure of central tendency. Now what do you mean by central tendency? This is a tendency towards centralization or concentration somewhere in the center of frequency distribution. Now whatever frequency distribution you show with the help of data, the central value of that frequency distribution, that will be known as central tendency. The central value which will depict the whole data, this will known as central tendency. So what is central tendency? It is a tendency towards centralization or concentration somewhere in the center of frequency distribution. So this is the meaning of central tendency. This will be more clear when we will be taking example of it. Second characteristic is measures of central tendency are measures of averages. Now whatever are the measures of central tendency, these are considered as measures of averages in the form of mean, median, mode, etc. So central tendency is the central value around which the whole data revolves. This is the center, or this is the measure of averages. Now the objective of every statistical analysis is to get one single value, that describes the characteristics of the whole data. So what is the objective of statistical analysis? The objective is to find out single value out of the total data, one single value which has the characteristics of the whole data. So the main objective of statistical analysis is find out such a value which will represent the whole data, right? So this is the central value, or the single value representing the whole data is called an average. Clear? Now you must have heard the term average in your everyday life. For example, you must have seen people talking about average rainfall, average wages of workers, or you can say average temperature of a particular month, or average cost of production. Like this, many terms are used which use the word average. Now have you ever thought what does this average actually mean? Average is the central value, or the value which represents the whole data. For example, if we say that in a factory there are 10 workers and the wages of 10 workers are different, but we say that on average monthly wages of 10 workers are 500. What does this mean? This means that on an average it is 500, but everybody is not getting equal to 500. 500 is the central value. Some may be getting more than this and some may be getting less than this. So average is the central value. Similarly, in your class, suppose there are 40 students and you appear in the exam, and in a test you get different marks. All 40 students will get different marks. After the analysis, if the teacher says that the average marks are 50 or 60, whatever, what does this show? This shows that on an average children are getting 60 marks, but this does not mean that every child is getting 60. Some are getting more than 60 and some are getting less than 60. But on an average, 60 is the average mark. So this means that average is the central value around which all the values, or you can say around which the whole data revolves, right? So this is the general meaning of central value or average. Now for a layman, average and arithmetic mean or you can say average and mean is the same thing. For a layman means who does not have the knowledge of statistics, he will say that average is the same as mean, because literal meaning of mean and average is the same. But as a student of statistics, you must understand that there is a little difference. What is the difference? Arithmetic mean is one of the averages. Averages may be of different type, but arithmetic mean is one of the average which we calculate with the help of statistical analysis or statistical tools, right? Okay, now let us move to averages in detail. How do we calculate averages or arithmetic mean? There are 5 types of averages in statistics. These are arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean. These are 5 type of averages, right? Now out of these 5 types, you will be studying about arithmetic mean, median and mode. These 3 type of averages are in your syllabus and you will be studying these 3 in detail, whereas these 4, geometric mean and harmonic mean, that you will be studying in higher classes. So you need not worry about these 2 now, because this is little complex and difficult term. So only these 3 you are concerned with in your 11th class syllabus. Now to start with, we will take the arithmetic mean. So this chapter is dealing with arithmetic mean. Now what is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is the sum of all items in the series divided by the number of items. This means that it is a sum of all items in the series. That means there may be 20 items in the series, 50 items, 80 items or 100 items, whatever are there. You have to add up all the items and divide it by the number of items, then we get the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean is the sum of all items in the series divided by the number of items. For example, this is the example we have taken. Suppose marks in economics of 5 students are these. 5 students have scored marks. One has scored 10, second 12, then 15, then 8 and 10. These are the marks of 5 students. Now for arithmetic mean, what you will do? You will add up the marks of all these 5 students and divide it by 5, because total number of students are 5, right? So add up all the items in the series. Here there are only 5 items. We have added up like this and divided it by 5, and we are getting arithmetic mean equal to 11. This means that on an average, the marks obtained by these students on an average are how much? These are 11. So this is called arithmetic mean. This is the simplest way I have told you. Now we will take the calculation of arithmetic mean in different type of series by different methods.